Hi guys, I'm Ian with GunmakingUK, and today I'd like to talk you through this little 6.5 Creedmoor rifle that we're building here. Although it's a complete rifle, it's currently only about halfway through the build in terms of the hours spent. We've yet to engrave the gun, file up the guard, checker, or any finishing. But this is quite an interesting gun for us. It's got some quite unique features, so let's have a closer look. So the base of this rifle is a small ring Kurtz Mauser action and an American-made Barton barrel. Fantastic barrel, fantastic action. That's the foundations for all the guns we build. So that's the start of it, and then we'll get into the rest. So we haven't fitted any iron sights to this gun. Reason being, it's a 6.5 Creedmoor. You're not going to be in a situation where you're in the bush, you need to whip the scope off and resort back to the iron sights. So for that reason, we've used the JP Smithson fixed mounts made by JP Smithson in the States. To me, these are one of the best mounts available for a double square bridge Mauser. They're practically invisible when they're fitted nicely. As you can see, they keep the scope nice and low. And yeah, they're fantastic mounts. So that's what we've gone for in terms of the sight work. This isn't the real scope that's going on the gun, but it will have a similar Swarovski. You know, they're our favourite brand of scope. We're not sponsored by any of these people, but that's what we use. They're fantastic things. So again, we've fitted one of our Spartan bipod adapters. These are just a slightly nicer way of doing it. So the Spartan products are super easy to use. We make this adapter out of stainless steel and then Cerakote it. Reason being, there's a small magnet in the top of the Spartan bipod that holds it in place, and it goes in a lot easier when the base isn't magnetic. So this is yet to be filed up. We do this at the last stage, and what we'll do is we'll basically chisel out a couple of beads into the side of the guard there, round them all off, and it just gives it that much more round shape, and again, the two nice little beads on there. And on the top side of the rifle here, we've fitted this extended tang here. Now, they don't really do much to hold the stock together. People say they do, but realistically, it's just an aesthetic, but in my opinion, a very nice one, especially once it's engraved and blacked. So we've gone for the Timony trigger on this one. By the time the gun's done, we'll have filed a bit more shape into it and flame blued the blade there. But in terms of weight, it's a really interesting subject. Everyone's got strong preferences on it. But for us, a hunting rifle, 2 to 2.5 pounds is about where you want to be. People like them a lot lighter, and in the workshop, sometimes it's nice to have them feeling a lot lighter. But the reality is, when you get out in the rain, in the cold, you just don't have the feel. So something like a 2.5 pound pull, but that is crisp, will shoot everything you need it to shoot. You'll get the groups down tight. It's exactly what you need it to be. So we've gone for the barrel band on this one to hold the sling. Now, we fit barrel bands to near enough all of our rifles. Reason being, screw plates into the wood, it's not, in our opinion, the best way of doing it. With these, they're never coming off. And also it keeps the rifle that little bit lower in the shoulder when you're carrying it, which is great if you're going to be going through any sort of brush or any sort of woodland. So I'm just going to put a bit of water on the stock there so you can really see it come to life. This is a very, very straight grain piece of wood. Obviously very, very strong. I've got no doubt that this rifle will end up in some mountainous terrain in its life at some point. So we really want to keep that strength in there, but not without sacrificing any beauty, as you can see. So in terms of finishing, we're relatively undecided. I mean, the stock blank is absolutely fantastic, so that will get a high gloss finish on there. We'll do the usual wraparound checkering on the front, but in terms of cosmetic finishing, engraving, really not sure yet. It really depends whether we decide to build this as a demo gun or we sell it to a client. If we sell it to a client, obviously the client can have whatever they want engraved on there. If it were me, I might be tempted to go small scroll. And we'll probably do a fair amount of colour hardening, probably colour harden the action and the rings as well. But yeah, that'll kind of be decided close to the time. But yeah, I mean, let us know if you've got any ideas of how we can finish it in the comments.